All right, so we're live. My name's Amar, and this is,
Alex Rodriguez.
and today we're going to talk about probate. And before we get started, you know it, we have to go through our disclosures. Oops, I don't know if I'm sharing the screen right. Alex, can you see my screen?
I don't see your screen.
Oh,
Oh,
there it
now it's
goes.
coming up. Yep.
Yeah. So we haven't taken your accounts or your situation into account. We're strictly providing education. None of this is advice. Alex, do you have anything to add?
So no attorney-client relationship has been entered. This is meant for legal education and marketing.
Cool. So let's get into this probate. I mean, God, probate's so horrible. I've heard this over and over again, but what is probate?
So probate, the long and short of it is probate is what you need to go through when you die without a plan in place. So that's the long and short of it. And
Yeah,
as you can imagine, the word probate tends to elicit a lot of fear in people. And the purpose of this video is to explain, well, why is that? Because if you hear the word probate, you might also be shivering in your boots, but you may not know why you should be scared of it. And so that's what I think our purpose is today, is to give a little light to that. And so
yeah, exactly. And everybody's county may be different. I know in San Diego we have three probate judges, and they are super backed up. I think like to say maybe like 18 months or longer would be appropriate. Like 18 months is definitely on the short end, right?
exactly, exactly. I would say probably on average, that's what you're looking at. It can be a lot longer, but I would say that when clients come to me and they ask for an estimate, I always tell them expect to be working with me on this case for at least 18 months.
Yeah, at least 18 months. And I bet it's really expensive too, right?
Oh my
Like,
gosh, so expensive, Amar.
yeah.
And so here's the thing: there's a schedule, there's a formula that the court uses when it determines what the attorney fees are going to be for the attorney helping your family, and what the personal representative fees are going to be. And that formula that the court uses is the same for both the attorney and for the personal representative. And so, by example, let's say that upon your death, you die and you own a $500,000 home. The court is going to take the fair market value of that home, and they don't care what your equity is in the property. They just want to
Yeah,
know.
so even if you have a mortgage, it's just like the fair market value.
Exactly. Court doesn't care what
Yeah.
you owe. They just want to know fair market value. So they plug in that amount, the fair market value, into their handy little formula. And that's going to spit out what the attorney fees are going to be and what the personal representative fees are going to be. So if in this example, your home is worth $500,000, the attorney fees are going to be $13,000, and the personal representative fees are going to be another $13,000. So really, you're going to be looking at about $26,000 just in fees. And we're not talking about filing fees. We're not talking about paying off creditor claims or anything like that. We're just talking about the fees to go through this process. And so those two reasons are the main reasons why people don't like the word probate, because one, it's a really, really expensive process. There's only three judges in San Diego that do that type of case,
Right.
are probate judges. And two, it's a really expensive process because that's a sliding fee scale going up. So I gave you an example of what it would be if your home was worth $500,000 and if that was the only asset going through probate. But if your home is worth more, or there are more assets that have to go through that probate process, well, that increases your fee. So that's just to give you a little bit of a ballpark or an example of a $500,000 probate.
Yeah. And so, like, I get one and two, but I would also add that there's a third thing. Everything is public, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely,
there's
Amar.
a third doozy.
Yes, that you're absolutely right. I need to start bringing that up, as I usually say there's two main reasons, but you're right. There's three main reasons. So that third one is that it is completely public. The minute that we file a probate proceeding, we have to put something in the newspaper. So there's a notice going out, and I can tell you, when when I have a probate that has a piece of real property, I get a flood of calls from realtors. So and this is just realtors, right? But everybody can see your business in probate court. And so, yes, if you respect your privacy and you want a little privacy upon your death, you do not want to go through probate.
Yeah. So, all right, we get probate is bad. We have the three reasons that we want to avoid probate. So, what is the best way to avoid probate?
So the best way to avoid probate is basically create a trust. That's the short answer right now. There are a lot of other little scenarios or recommendations that might also be helpful. And like I said, these are generalized statements, but in general, the best way to avoid probate is with a trust. That is the best answer.
Yeah, and I think this is so key is to have a trust, make sure it's funded, and avoid probate. So what should we end on here, Alex? You got any closing statements or anything that would be profound, I guess, at the end of this?
Don't let the state of California decide what is going to happen to your state when you pass. Don't let someone else figure that out. Do your homework, be proactive, create your plan now, and you can avoid probate if you create your trust and take care of your family.
Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any thoughts, comments, hit the like button. I think is something that's very important for the algorithm. If you have any thoughts, just put it in the comments below. And if you have questions specific to your situation, please reach out to Alex or myself, and we'll do our best to help you out. Thank you.
Bye.